smell of Jason's birthday cake always clung to the house for days. Chocolate fudge, his favorite. Mom would beam, frosting smudged on her cheek, while Dad filmed him ripping into presents taller than I was at 12. I'd sit on the worn couch corner, nibbling store-bought cupcakes I'd bought myself. Practical girl. Dad would ruffle my hair absently. Leah doesn't need all that fuss. I believed it. For 17 years. I'd watch Jason's spotlight, the inflatable, castles, the magicians, the cousins shrieking around the pool built for him the summer I turned 15. My birthdays were quiet, a card tucked under my door, maybe dinner at the chain restaurant I liked if they remembered. I told myself it was okay. I was practical. Low maintenance. Then, 18 crept closer. A milestone. Their golden boy was 14, still obsessed with action figures. Maybe, just this once, I dared to imagine a table set for me. My favorite lemon cake. Family singing off-key. The hope felt dangerous, fragile as a moth's wing. I pushed it down, practiced my usual smile, but something had cracked. The silence wasn't comfortable anymore. It was waiting. The night before my birthday, I heard Mom on the phone. Sunday? Perfect. Jason's been begging to use the pool. Yes, everyone come. My heart didn't sink. It froze. Sunday. My Sunday. I stood in the dark hallway, the cold linoleum biting my bare feet, listening to the joyful plans unfold for a day that was supposed to be mine. The first sliver of ice slid into my veins. I baked the lemon cake myself, whisked eggs until my arm ached, zested lemons until my fingers smelled sharp and bright. I cleaned the living room, vacuuming over the crumbs from Jason's latest snack attack. I even put on the blue sundress Mom said looked sweet last summer. Noon. The cake sat gleaming on the counter. One plate set at the table. 1 o'clock. Silence. Just the fridge humming. 2 o'clock. My stomach growled. I didn't cut the cake. 3 o'clock. The sun slanted across the empty chairs. Had they forgotten? Truly? A car door slammed outside. Hope, stupid and traitorous, leapt. Footsteps on the porch. Then passed. Our door. The neighbor's kid. 4 o'clock. My phone buzzed. Instagram. A notification. Mom tagged you in a photo. My thumb moved numbly. There it was. Our backyard. Transformed. Balloons. A huge inflatable unicorn floaty. A chocolate fudge cake. Jason's favorite. And Jason beaming, being hoisted onto Dad's shoulders by the pool. Mom laughing, clutching a drink. Aunt Carol in a ridiculous floppy hat. Everyone. On my birthday. The caption. Best surprise pool party for our sunshine boy. Your family time, your best son, your summer fun. Tagged. Like an afterthought. Like proof I existed in that space, unseen. The screen blurred. Not tears. A white-hot numbness spread from my chest, down my arms, turning my fingers cold. The blue dress felt suddenly cheap, ridiculous. The lemon cake's bright scent turned cloying, nauseating. The silence wasn't just quiet. It was a void. A confirmation screamed in pixels and chlorine. You are not here. You do not matter. The chair beside me wasn't just empty. It was a monument to my invisibility. I sat in the blue dress until dark. The cake hardened. The notification light on my phone blinked, friends sending generic, happy birthday messages into the void. Mom and Dad? Jason? Radio silence. I thought about storming into the backyard. Standing dripping wet at the edge of the pool, demanding, why? I pictured their startled faces, the awkward laughter, Jason's confused pout. Oh, honey, Mom would say, wiping her hands. We thought you didn't want to fuss. You're always so independent. Dad might frown. Don't make a scene, Leah. You're 18 now. The imagined words hit with the force of truth. That's exactly what they'd say. That's exactly how they'd spin their forgetting into my preference, my practicality, my fault. The anger surged, hot and desperate, clawing at my throat. I wanted to scream, to throw the untouched lemon cake against the wall, to smash something fragile and loud. But then, chillingly fast, the heat drained away, replaced by something deeper, harder, quieter, a cold, clear certainty. Asking why was begging for scraps of attention they clearly had no interest in giving, begging for love that wasn't there. My chest ached, a hollowed-out space where the hope had finally died. I stood up, unzipped the stupid blue dress, let it pool on the floor. I pulled on old sweatpants and a faded t-shirt. Comfort, armor. I walked to the kitchen, looked at the perfect uneaten cake. My offering. My plea. Without a word, I picked up the whole plate, opened the trash can, dropped it in. It landed with a soft, final thud. The tears didn't come. My voice, when it finally came out, was a whisper, raw but steady in the silent, empty house. Okay, fine. You win. I'm done waiting. The plan wasn't formed yet, just the resolve. Hard as stone, cold as the forgotten cake. I will not beg. Life became a performance. I smiled at breakfast. Asked Jason about his video games. Washed the dishes after Mom's half-hearted, "Thanks, sweetie." I was the ghost haunting my own home, unseen, but performing the motions of being seen. Inside, a different machine whirred. The library computer became my command center. Scholarship applications glowed on the screen. Essays typed in stolen. Hours after school and before my shift at the grimy diner downtown. Describe a challenge you overcame. My fingers flew. The challenge is smiling while you're erased. Leah? Bedtime, Mom would call, oblivious. Almost done with homework. I'd shout back, hitting submit on another application pleading for money to get away from them. The diner smelled of old grease and desperation. I scraped plates, refilled bitter coffee, forced smiles for tips that went straight into a battered envelope hidden under my mattress. Quarters, wadded dollar bills. Every coin was a step away. My feet ached. My eyes burned from fluorescent lights and screen glare. Saturday mornings, I cleaned offices downtown. Empty, echoing spaces. Vacuuming, hushed carpets, wiping sterile desks. The quiet was bliss. No Jason's noise. No Mom's distracted humming. Just me, the rhythmic swish of the mop, and the growing number in my savings notebook. I'd pass the pool on my way home. See Jason's inflatable shark abandoned on the deck. A physical ache would hit, sharp and surprising. Not for the party, for the ease of it, the unquestioned love. I'd clench my fists, feel the worn handle of the mop bucket, look down at my chapped hands. This is the price, I'd think. This ache, this grease, this silence. This is the cost of buying myself back. The envelope under the mattress got thicker. The scholarship acceptance emails started trickling in. Tiny lifelines. I celebrated alone, in the dark, with a single square of cheap chocolate. The war was silent, but I was winning. One greasy dollar, one typed essay, one silent tear at a time. Graduation gown scratchy, fake smile plastered on. Shook the principal's hand, avoided my parents' searching eyes. We're so proud. Now, home. Waited for the house to breathe deep in sleep. 3 a.m. Moonlight my only witness. 1. Backpack. 1 duffel. Stuffed with essentials, my savings envelope, acceptance letters. Left the cap and gown folded on my stripped bed. A ghost's discarded shell. Didn't look back at Jason's door. Didn't touch the pool gate. Key on the counter. Front doors click. Soft. Final. Cool air hit my face. Freedom tasted like dust and diesel from the waiting bus. No note. No goodbye. Just an empty room and the echo of their neglect. As the city lights swallowed the bus, I blocked their numbers, deleted the apps, became smoke. The girl who baked her own cake ceased to exist. Let them wonder. Let them wait. Your turn. The tiny studio apartment smelled of stale carpet and hope. I scrubbed it raw. My first sanctuary. Money bled fast. Rent, ramen, textbooks, waitressing. Shifts bled into library all-nighters. Exhaustion was a constant weight. Loneliness was the quiet hum of Themony fridge. Missed calls from unknown numbers? Deleted. Unopened. Healing wasn't pretty. It was crying into instant noodles. It was panic attacks in the library bathroom. It was learning to say no to extra shifts to study. Then, small sparks. Maria, in Philosophy 101, sharing notes. Ben from the diner covering a shift when I was sick. Mr. Davies, my lit prof, seeing my essays fire. You have a powerful voice, Leah. Use it. Slowly the hollow space filled, not with them, but with me. My laughter, real, startled. My opinions, tentative then firm. My key, heavy and real in my pocket. The day I signed the lease for a better apartment, alone, no cosigner needed. I bought a single lemon cupcake, sat on my floor, ate it slowly, savored the sweet, the tart, the victory. I exist. Here. Now. For me. The morning of my 19th birthday dawned clear. No cake, no expectations, just quiet coffee in my kitchen. The photo was ready. Taken weeks ago. Me, leaning against my new apartment door. Sunlight catching my hair. A genuine smile, wide and unguarded. Maria's arm slung around me, Ben grinning like a loon, Mr. Davies offering a rare thumb up. In my hand, held high like a trophy, the shiny key. On the back, laser printed, stark. This year I chose me. No name, no return address, just the truth. I slipped it into a plain white box, sealed it, walked to the post office, handed it over the counter. Just this, please. The clerk slapped on a stamp. Thud. As it disappeared into the bin, a tremor ran through me. Not fear, power. A seismic shift. The silence wasn't passive anymore. It was a weapon I'd forged. Let it land on their doorstep like a bomb wrapped in my happiness. Let them see what they lost. Let them see me. The phone erupted that afternoon. Unknown number. Voicemail. Leah, honey, it's Mom. We got a picture? Are you okay? Where are you? Please call. We've been worried sick. Worried? Now? Another call. Dad. Leah, this is ridiculous. Come home, explain yourself. Anger, sharp and defensive. Then Mom again, voice thick. Sweetheart, the pool party. We didn't think. Jason just said. Excuses dissolving into sobs. Jason texted. Hey, did you leave? Mom crying. WTF, Leah? Simple. Oblivious. I watched the screen light up, buzz, fall dark. Repeat. Each ring, each vibration, was a tiny echo of their years of silence. I felt nothing. Not anger, not sadness. A vast, calm emptiness. Their frantic energy couldn't touch the stillness I'd built. I muted the phone, put it face down, made tea. The desperate pleas were just noise now. Background static to the quiet hum of my life. They were drowning in the guilt they'd earned. I was finally on dry land. Aunt Carol's email arrived a week later. Subject, family. Leah, darling. Saw, The picture. You look, well, but your mother is shattered. Truly. She cries all the time. Your father paces. They didn't understand how you felt. They thought you were fine, independent. That party. Jason was having a hard time at school. They just wanted to cheer him up. They love you, honey. Please call. Give them a chance to explain. Explain. The word tasted like ash. Independent. Their code for forgotten. Jason having a hard time. Always the reason. Always his needs eclipsing mine. I typed a reply, fingers cold. Aunt Carol, they didn't not understand. They didn't look. They didn't see me. Not on my birthday. Not ever. Fine is what you call someone you don't bother to know. Please don't contact me again. Send. Block. Their excuses were just more erasure. Trying to rewrite history, paint their neglect as misunderstanding. The truth was simpler, harsher. On the day I turned 18, they looked right through me. And that was the gift that finally set me free. No explanation could fill that void. Only my own life could. My 20th birthday was noise, real noise. Maria blasted terrible pop music. Ben burned burgers on my tiny balcony grill, laughing. Mr. Davies brought fancy sparkling cider. Friends crammed into my apartment, spilling laughter, onto the stairs. Cards piled up. Silly, heartfelt. For the girl who built her own damn party. No lemon cake. We ate Ben's charred masterpieces and store-bought cookies. I was hugged, teased, seen. Mid-laugh, my phone lit up. Dad. Again. I excused myself, stepped into the cool hallway. Played the voicemail. His voice, thick with tears I'd never heard before. Leah. Baby, please. We messed up. We were blind. Jason misses you. We miss you. Just tell us you're okay. Give us a chance. Please. The raw pain in his voice was real, but it arrived too late. It couldn't touch the warmth spilling from my apartment door, the sound of my friends singing off-key. It couldn't erase the image of the empty chair, the glaring pool party photo. I looked at the key in my hand, not the one in the picture, but the one to this noisy, messy, alive place I'd built. I deleted the message, not with anger, with finality, like closing a book I'd already finished. I took a breath, filled my lungs with the scent of smoke and friendship, and stepped back into the light and the noise. Maria threw an arm around me. You okay? I leaned into her, smiled. Never. Better. I looked around at my chosen family, my hard-won sanctuary. The phone stayed dark in my pocket. The past stayed where it belonged. They had a pool party. I have a life. And it was finally, irrevocably, enough.